Hello everyone, it's Christine here and I'm back for our stitch along, and we are continuing with needle weaving. So we've done two different needle weaving techniques to create our flower down here, and I'm going to create another little flower up at the top, I think. So we're going to be working on needle weaving closed base picot. And so what I'm going to do is grab my pin, and I think I'll work it maybe about here. And I might just make some nice little plump needle woven shapes, I think. Maybe down to about there. So again, putting the the pin in, and then I'm going to bring my thread, which has a knot in it, through from the back and pop up just near the base where the pin is poking out. I'm then going to take my thread around the anti-clockwise around the top of the pin, and then underneath the bottom of the pin. And I'm not going to pull it. I'm going to leave that loop nice and plump, so I'm not going to pull it too much. And then I'm going to take it diagonally across and then clockwise behind the pin. So it's going diagonally across, and then I'm going to give it a little pull then. And then we're going to start the weaving. So I'm going to go under the middle one to start with. Got plenty of thread here, and I'm using quite a thick crochet yarn for this one because it's going to be easier to see, and I thought it might just be a bit easier than using the flosses. And then we're going to go under because we're coming back the other way. So weaving, we're always doing the opposite to what we did on the previous row. Over and then under. So under, over, under when you're going back. And then we're going to go over, under, over, going the other way. And then turning it and going under, and then over, and then under. And then coming back the other way, going over, and then under, and then over. So just making sure you're only moving your thread through the other threads, you're not catching the fabric at all. And then coming back, we're going to go under, and this might be the last time back, I think, because we're getting pretty tight down the bottom. Under, over, and then I need to even find, it's so tight that I'm barely even see where my thread is. There's the other thread. And then we're going to take our needle back in near the base of the pin and where we popped out originally. And so what that will give you is a sweet little petal. Again, that is a stump work because it's sitting loose from the fabric. So I might just put a little stitch in the back just to hold that in place. And then we'll do a couple more. So I hope you're having a lovely day or a lovely evening. So we'll see where it eventually wants to sit down. And then I'll come over from about here. Just give myself a bit of space from the other one. And then again, we're going to pop out just to the right of where the pin is poking out. Going to take our thread around the top, anti-clockwise, around the bottom, and then diagonally back across, but leaving the loop nice and plump. And then we're going to go over, under, over for our first weave. And then under, over, under. And then we're going to go over, under, over. And if you lose track, just have a look where your thread is and then you just do the opposite. And as you work down, you'll have to do them as separate stitches. When you sort of first go, you can kind of weave your needle, but as you get further down, it gets harder to get the needle through on a single weave. You have to sort of go do the under, over, under, as step by step. And then we're going to go over and under and over. That one's always easier when you're doing the two overs. Oops, and I've caught a little bit of something in. And then coming back, it's pretty tight, and so we're just going to have to find where our under is. Under. And then over. And then under. And then back into the fabric. To anchor the base down, take our needle out, so that's second petal, and then I will put, not our needle, our pin, and then I'll put our pin in over here, about there I think, and then again pop up just to the right of where the pin is poking out, and then take it behind the needle, underneath, behind the pin, underneath the pin. Don't pull it too tight, leave your loop nice and plump, and then take it diagonally across. And then we begin the process of over, under, over, keeping our other petals out of the way because we don't want to weave them in. Oops. And then under, over, under. And then over, under, over. And then under, over, and under. And then over, under. Oops. Just have to work out where your thread is, so you do just get actually under all of it rather than skewering it. And don't catch your petal like I did there. So just loosen it off the petal if it captures. And then coming back, we're going under, which I'll have to do in a single movement, under, and then over, and then under our final bit of thread. And then we'll anchor that one down. Maybe take it down a bit more there. And then we can take our pin out. So I think I might then just turn that into just like a little 3-petaled flower, and I'm thinking I'll probably put a little grab stitch in just to be the base of it. We can actually do that now. I haven't taken up too much of your time, I don't think. Oh, sorry, I have bumped the camera. Always the hazard when I get a bit over exuberant. Okay. Now I just a moment ago managed to spill my container of smaller threads on the ground, but let me grab out and see if I've got a crochet thread. I've got all of my lovely threads sitting close by, which does make it easy to slip things out. Might use a little bit of this variegated Wonderfill cotton. Or actually, it would be better to have something a bit thicker, I think. I might even dive into my bag of my thicker ones. I might give this one a go. And so we'll just put a knot in the end of this. And then we'll pop up, just catch the edge of this piece, this outer petal, and then with the grab stitch will just go behind the petals, but we'll leave a loop, and then we'll catch that loop by passing our thread back through it, and then we can just put our little stem in here. So there we go, we've got our little stem with our little dimensional petals, or it could even be a leaf. It's almost like a maple leaf potentially. And that's just a really simple little way to make a little calyx on the bottom of your flower. But there's a separate video on that. I'll try and remember to link it from this one. So I hope you enjoyed our adventures in needle weaving. That's the final needle weaving for our dictionary of stitches, and we'll be moving on to net stitch, N-E-T, net stitch, making what looks like a net. Might have to put some fish in it. Thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for more adventures in stitching. Take care, bye.